One of the most common questions I receive in my inbox is, Patience, I want to become a great public speaker. And it's usually a difficult question to answer. But 3 things that you can do. Number 1, sign up for a public speaking class. Number 2, write down your speeches or presentations. And number 3, practice, practice, and practice. In my YouTube video, I break this down in detail. Speaker Secret for the week is up. Welcome to this week's Speaker Secret. I am Patience Chisanga-Mayer, a public speaking, personal branding, and leadership trainer. Thank you for watching this video clip. As I understand, you want to become a great public speaker. One of the most common questions I receive in my inbox is, Patience, I want to become a great public speaker. How can I become a great public speaker? This question is a very difficult question to answer in Messenger, but I will break down 3 simple things that can help you become a great public speaker. One thing is for sure, becoming a great public speaker will not happen overnight. It takes a bit of investment. There is a story I love to share when I'm hosting my public speaking and personal branding masterclasses. This is a story about Demosthenes, who is one of Greece's most famous orators. This man was born with a speech impediment. Whenever he spoke, people laughed at him. And one time in his odyssey of life, he needed to speak. He needed to fight for his birthright in the courts of law in ancient Greece. He didn't have any money to pay for lawyers at that time. Hence, he had to find his voice and speak. This man invested in public speaking by putting pebbles or stones in his mouth, running up and down a hill while speaking. He went further by going to the ocean side and speaking against the waves of the sea so that his voice would emanate from the bottom of his stomach. He did not end there in his quest to become a better public speaker. He shaved half of his head and spent time in his study so that he could practice his speeches. He shaved half of his head because he knew that with half a shaved head would prevent him from going out in public. Now, what Demosthenes did is perhaps something we can't do. We may not put stones in our mouth and run up and down a hill while we speak, shave half of our heads, or go to the ocean or seaside to speak against the waves. But we can invest in finding our voice. How? 3 things that I can share with you. You want to become a great public speaker? First things first. Invest in a public speaking class or training. There are so many courses available for you. Understand the basics of communication. Understand the different principles and elements of public speaking that can help you communicate with impact. And once you do that, you will be on your way to becoming a great public speaker. Investing in a class is one of the things that I emphasize when somebody asks me that question. Personally, I invested in Toastmasters International. Many of you have heard about Toastmasters International. It's a worldwide organization that teaches public speaking and leadership. When I joined Toastmasters, I was already a good speaker. As a radio and television broadcaster, as a public relations officer, public speaking is something that was a skill that was relevant to my journey in my career. But I still went on and joined Toastmasters. Why? Because I needed a platform where I can continuously learn. So there we are. Invest in a public speaking class. Number 2, write down your speeches. And when I say write down your speeches, I mean any presentation that you will ever give in this lifetime. Write it down and reflect on it. That's part of your preparation to becoming a great orator. You could be going for a job interview. Write down the answers to all the possible questions that the interviewer may ask you. Many of us know that when we go for a job interview, we will be asked, tell us about yourself. Do you have a written statement about yourself? If you don't, write one today so that you can use that statement next time someone asks the question, tell us about yourself. You could be pitching a product or a service if you work in marketing or sales. Write down your structure of the things that you will say. Because it is important. It is part of your preparation. You could be going for a networking event. Write down your elevator speech. Write down possible questions that you may ask people that you will meet at this networking event. And finally, the third thing that you can do to become a great speaker is practice, practice, and practice some more until you get it right. Practice in front of your mirror. Record yourself if possible. Practice in front of a friend or colleague and get their feedback. Dale Carnegie once said that great speakers are not born, they are trained. When you practice, you become a better version of the person that you were at each practicing session. Therefore, your speaker secret for this week is to sign up for that masterclass. Write down your speeches. And number 3, practice. It's part of your preparation. When you do these 3 things, your confidence levels will be raised. If you have liked this video clip, please subscribe to my channel so that you can be first to receive notifications of when I upload my next video. If you haven't watched my past episodes, please simply click on the Speaker Secrets playlist and recap on some of the tips that I have shared on my YouTube channel. My name is Patience Chisanga-Mayer, your public speaking, personal branding, and leadership trainer. My mission is to empower individuals and organizations with public speaking, branding principles that elevate their brand, that build their brand, empowering them with skills that the next time they step forward to present a speech, they leave an indelible mark in the hearts and minds of their audiences. Goodbye for now.